I feel lessons are like a gate, like the gate of life and also at the gate of death. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Chidima Ugochi Ehiogo. The purpose of this video is just to talk about my career, and so I believe that this story is going to inspire some people out there, not just inspire you to become a nurse, but also inspire you to become whatever. Just pick up any lesson that you can get from this video. All right, so first of all, I am a registered nurse in Nigeria and in the UK, and I have been a nurse since 2015. I got into university to study nursing in 2010, and I graduated in 2015. That was 5 years uni as the usual years of studying nursing in Nigeria for BSc nursing. But anyway, a little backstory of how I became a nurse and all of that. Okay, first of all, when I was much younger as a child, I don't know how, I just thought I wanted to be a doctor. I said I was going to be a doctor to everyone that cared to listen. I said that to countless people. I'm sure my parents were very, very happy about how excited and how excited I was on the idea and the dream of becoming a doctor. I also remember when my dad took me to a hospital. They wanted to, I was sick at the time, so they wanted to do my blood. I got talking with a lab scientist, and then as I was showing her my most accessible vein for her to be able to get the blood, I remember getting into a conversation with her, and I told her, do you know that I know the bacteria that causes typhoid fever? And she asked, what was that? I said, Salmonella typhi. I began to tell her about what I know concerning typhoid fever and also malaria parasites, and they were so wild, like, oh wow, so this little girl knows so much. And then the doctor asked me, what would you like to be? And I said, a doctor. And he was like, you will be a very good doctor. So my father was very happy. He was laughing because he was there, and so he supported my dreams, he supported my education. He wanted me to be a fantastic doctor. But after my secondary school in 2007, I enrolled for the examination to get into the university, and I failed to get the cutoff mark for medicine and surgery. It was devastating, to say the least, but I kept moving. I got a lot of motivation and all of that from my parents, and I decided to write, and I had to write the exam the following year. Yeah, I was at home for 1 year. So I wrote the exam the second time, and I failed again. You would think I say I passed. Okay, no, I failed again. Anyways, instead of staying at home, I had to use the results that I had to enroll into zoology. I got an admission to study zoology in school, and then I started. But then I knew zoology wasn't for me. And yes, I love biology. I love biology as a subject, but then studying animals, no. I wasn't interested, in the least interested in studying animals. I wanted to study humans and how to care for them and how to treat them if they are ill. And so I said, no, I have to do this. And I kept writing the exam again, even though I was in the university. I remember writing the third time and failing again. And so at this point, I was already helpless. Like, I was already, like, I don't know the words to say. But then I said, okay, fine, I'm going to write this exam again the fourth time. And at this time, I told myself that this fourth time was going to be the last time I'm going to write this exam. It's going to be the last time I'll write it, and I'm going to get what I want, and that was medicine and surgery. So I remember going to church. Someone met me. He was a leader in my university fellowship at the time, and I told him everything that has been happening. And then he asked me, you want to study medicine and surgery, right? And I was like, yeah. I said, have you asked God what he wants you to study. And then it was a light bulb moment, because in all those times, in all those years, I have never actually asked God, what does he want from me? All my prayer and all my supplication had been, God, this is what I want, right? But I have never actually thought, what if that's not what God wanted? What if there was something else he wanted? And so I went ahead to pray about it, and I'm not kidding you, I got an answer in less than 3 days after I made that prayer. Like, it came to me like a dream, where a man came to me in my dream and gave me a nursing uniform. You know, in Nigeria, nurses usually wear a white gown and a cap, sort of. So in my dream, I saw a man giving me a white gown and a cap. And honestly, nursing at that time, nursing was nowhere in my mind, nowhere in my thoughts. So there was no way that dream was something in my mind or anything. I have never thought of being a nurse prior to that time. If you had asked me, okay, if you're not a doctor, what will you be? What else would you like to be? My answer would have been probably be a physiotherapist, or be a medical lab scientist, or be a radiographer. I had never thought about nursing. And besides, in Nigeria, nurses are usually made light of. Okay, people, there are a lot of quackery in nursing in Nigeria, and so nursing was far away from my mind. And so I was not happy having that dream, because I didn't like nursing at the time. And so I went back to I told the dream to my friend. I told the dream to a pastor, to my pastor at the time, and he told me, God wants you to be a nurse. And I'm like, oh well, why would he want me to be a nurse of all things? But anyway, fast forward to writing the exam for the first time. And this time around, what I did was I still put medicine and surgery as my first choice course of study. And then back then you could, I don't know how JAMB does it these days, but I know you have first choice of university and course, and then second choice of university and course. And so in my first choice of university and course, I still put medicine and surgery, and then I put it down the Azikiwe University as my first choice. And then my second choice, usually people put a state university because it's easier for you to get a state university as your second choice. But then I put University of Nigeria, which is a federal university, as my second choice of study, and nursing. And people that saw my sheet was like, what the hell are you doing? Because it is very, very difficult. In fact, University of Nigeria will never ever consider second choice candidates. The chances of me getting that admission was very, very slim. I started preparing for University of Nigeria post-JAMB examinations, which I wrote, and then few days later, results were supposed to be out and mine wasn't. And then they even made this announcement that second choice candidates don't have results. And I was like, okay, fine, God, I'm not writing this exam again. Like, it's my fourth time. It's my fourth time. I'm not going to go through the hassles of writing this exam again. So I'm just going to stick with studying zoology, study animals, and then that's it. Maybe at the end of the day, I'll just go do my master's, become a lecturer, start teaching. Okay, fine, good. A friend of mine wrote the exam as well, so she went to check for the admission list for her name, because she also equally wrote for nursing, and then she found mine. How hilarious. At first I thought she was joking, she was trying to pull my legs or something, and I'm like, how the hell is my name in admission list? I don't have a result. And I was able to get my results. I've also confirmed that my name was surely in the admission list. It was number 23 in the very first list that came out for admission. Well, that is surely the hand of God, because everyone that was calling me and asking me how were you able to get admission in UNN as a second choice candidate, my dear, I don't know. I just know that it is God orchestrated plans, because he wanted me to be here, and I have been enjoying the journey so far. I have enjoyed and I am still enjoying my chosen career and the career that God has put me in. I don't know the lesson that you want to learn from this whole story, but but pick the lessons by yourself. I'm not going to tell you anything to learn. All right, so just pick the lessons for yourself. And I am just sharing this story in order to commemorate Nursing Week, Nursing's Day, and to say that I really enjoy my job. I enjoy being a nurse. I enjoy caring for people in their vulnerable state. I feel like nurses are like a gate, like you're in the gate, yeah, at the gate of life and also at the gate of death. Because according to Virginia Henderson definition of nursing, which I love very much, is
assisting individuals, sick or well, in performing activities contributing to their health recovery or a peaceful death.
And so therefore, this is where I've come to the end. So if you enjoyed this video, if you really enjoyed it, please like this video, share with your friends, and do not forget to subscribe if you haven't. See you in my next video. Bye.